What's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with the new video. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I enjoyed my weekend. And I first just want to say thank you to everyone who donated to the Philadelphia AIDS Walk. My Team Scorpion Show, we raised over $700. So thank you all so much. And I want to say thank you to everyone who came out and participated in the walk. We had about 15 people come and walk with us. And yeah, I was really happy because I remember last year when I got on those steps and only one person came. So I'm like, oh my goodness, well, I hope this doesn't happen again. But someone had, you know, wrote me on Facebook and said they was on the steps. So I met up with her, and then I met up with Mother Knows. He didn't walk with us, but I met up with him because he was doing like some introductions on the speaker. If y'all don't know who Mother Knows is, he is a radio personality on Power 99. So then it was about a couple more people. Then Brandon showed up, his friend showed up, and you know, I went to go register. They gave me this jacket because we raised so much. But you know, extra large. I said, let me get the extra large. The extra large was so big, it came down to my knees. So I just said, let me just give this to my mom. So I gave her that jacket. But the walk this year, the walk was short. It like they said, it was 3 miles, but I felt kind of cheated. Like I felt like it could have been a little bit longer because the walk started at 9 o'clock and we were done by 10:30.
Did they explain why it was so short?
No, but the only thing we could think about is that maybe the funding wasn't right or something. Even though people complained that the walk is too long, they only shut down one side of Martin Luther King Drive. Like we walked a half mile up and a half mile back. I just felt like it was just, I was so cheated. I felt so cheated because I know how long the walk normally is. It's 8.2 miles. So, you know, after that, we just decided to go eat. So we all went to, because I thought that Ruby Tuesdays had a brunch. Still had the brunch, and I figured they could handle all of us. So we went to Ruby Tuesdays and we ate. And then, you know, some people left. And then we went to Taboo for some more drinks. And just had a nice time. And the girls that watched the show, I just love y'all so much, and thank y'all for coming out to support us. I don't remember everyone's name, so y'all know who y'all were that walked with us. Y'all seen the pictures. Just thank you so much. Shout out to everybody. It was just real good, and I hope that next year for the 29th annual AIDS Walk, more people will come. More people will do the walk and donate even more to the cause. I don't know what else to say, but I was really disappointed with how short the walk was. I almost cried when I got to the halfway.
Well, maybe you should find out why it's so short. It could be because of people's complaints on how long it is, because not everybody can walk 8.3 miles. Yeah. So maybe there's a reason. I doubt if it's anything to do with funding, because I'm sure they make a lot of money each year with people donating. So it may have to do with folks not being able to walk that long, or probably not a lot of people finish
the last time
to the last mark, like, because it's so long.
And then like they normally give you like a certificate when you finish the end of the race. They had these stickers that said I did it. Like I just was like, wow, they budget must be a bitch, because it just changed. Like you didn't have the school buses, you didn't have the bathrooms out there like that. It was just different. It was totally different. Like normally they have the markers for like once you reach a certain milestone, it'll say like in 1980 this AIDS was discovered, or this person.
Oh, and let you know the history.
Yeah, it give you the whole timeline until you get to the end. None of that was there. It was just different. Like it was no need to get a bottle of water from somebody. It was just different.
Well, I'm sure for some it was.
Yeah, but we had a nice time, and I feel like we got to know some nice people that, like my friends and I, that we can be friends with the viewers that watch the show, because they were just so cool. And I'm gonna let you go to you talking about your church, and then I have something else to discuss.
Well, we had a wonderful time yesterday. It was a big turnout. Shout out to all my friends. Shout out to my 2 friends and my family that all came. It was just a wonderful time. We all just had a great 90th anniversary. Praise the Lord. And
Amen.
just had a great time. The food was good. Oh, not only my former coworker, she showed up too with her sister. So yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, it was a wonderful, amazing day. The weather turned out to be, it wasn't bad at all. Yeah.
Did you pass out?
No, I didn't shout this out. But I told one of our minister's wives she had gotten happy early on in the service. And it just started this chain reaction. And I told her afterwards when we were all having dinner, I said, thank you so much for getting happy and letting God use you, because you actually, got the ball rolling when you got happy. I mean, she got happy.
Yes.
So it was good. It was good.
Yeah, I wish I could have came, because I was like, if I would have had a chance to go home and take a shower and somebody was driving, that's how much time we had to go to your church after the walk. It was just that short.
Yeah.
But yeah. So for my announcement, I will be celebrating my 30th birthday in 30 days. So I'm having a party on November 22nd. I'll let y'all know all the details once I put my payment down on the venue and stuff. But it will be November 22nd, and it will be at nighttime. I know that some people like to normally come to the city during my birthday party for the weekend. I don't know what event is going on, but these hotels are high as hell. so and they act like I'm the damn travel agent that, shout out to Tamika, she think I'm the travel agent that's supposed to find out all the hotels and different prices and stuff.
Well, that's why they got hotels.com.
Yes, thank you. So I'm like,
don't you do it?
I'm not gonna try her. She know I love her.
Well, I'll try her. Don't you do it to me. The same way we gotta find ours, you gotta find yours.
Yes. So I'm like,
well, what is going on that they're so high?
It's some type of race they got going on, and when they got a race going on, people come from all over, so they just got the rates too high. So if you can't stay in a room with somebody, I would say stay at the airport, because it's always cheaper to stay at the airport, and you might just have to get a rental car or somebody. Y'all can split the rental car and then drive to the venue or whatever. So, but I'm trying to do something that Friday night, like a dinner or something like that.
When is the party going to be?
Saturday night.
Good,
that's
because I
November
don't work on the
22nd.
weekends.
Yeah, so you better have been there. So, ooh, don't do it. I seen her out there going, he better be there, bitch, it's my 30th.
Well, I didn't say I wasn't coming.
Yeah.
But don't tell me where I better be.
Like, I really want to do a birthday dinner, but I do realize that, some people can't afford to do all of that stuff that I want to do.
The whole weekend.
Yes.
Well, you can still have a birthday dinner for those who can come.
That's right.
And then the party, if you can't come to the dinner, just come to the party. Or if you can't come to the party, come to the dinner. You can still have it.
Yeah. Because at first I was like, I don't know, because I want them to be there.
Your birthday.
I know that's right.
Who the fuck?
Yes.
If you can't come, you can't come.
Yeah. So I want to do a dinner there. I want to do a dinner that Friday night, and then I want to do the party that Saturday. I don't know what I want to do that Sunday, but I know
where you need to be in church.
Right in your church. I knew you was going to say, but
you ain't even got to be in my church.
You
don't have to be in my church. You be in somebody's church. Praising the Lord. Thank God that you made it to another year.
Yes.
That's what a lot of people don't seem to realize.
Amen.
Ain't nothing wrong with going to church and celebrating your birthday.
It's nothing wrong with it at all. It's nothing.
I don't know where I should be on Sunday.
This thing, I don't want to come in church all hungover and
You ain't
stuff.
got to be hungover.
And fall out crying.
That's
and all that.
That's the best place to be hungover.
I come in that church, child, I know I'm going to bust out crying because, first of all, when I was 16 and I came out and everything, it just looked so scary that, oh my God, you're not going to make it to 30 because, you're going to get this disease, you're going to get that, and, they don't make it this long.
Right, and living the life that you lived, yeah.
You tried it, and I'm still here, and I ain't going nowhere.
I thank God, because I would never check if you wasn't here.
No, you wouldn't never check either. Anyway, he is trying me.
Yeah.
Because I know I ain't the only thought boxer over. This is a thought boxer right here. So, anyway.
That's a thought boxer.
What?
Don't say it out loud.
Oh, you sure it.
Because it's too much with that. It is.
You tried it. I'm not going
am
there.
Wait, am I lying?
No, but I'm not
wait,
going
just tell me if you agree or don't agree.
I agree.
All right then.
But he owns up to it. I'll say that. He owns up to it.
He does. And I like how you say he.
So look, so what I did was, I haven't set up a P.O. box or nothing like that, but I have set up a wish list on Amazon.com where I pick the things that I would like to have. But if you would like, you can either donate Amazon, what you call them thing, Amazon gift cards to my email account, and that way I can get what I want off the list. Or if you come to the party, you can just give me a gift card to wherever it is, or whatever you think you would give me that I would like. So yeah, so that's enough of the birthday party. That's enough of the stuff. Just thank y'all so much for supporting both of us. I know your family and stuff came out, and your friends, and then our supporters of the show came out and did it as well. Yes, it was a great day. Like it was good. I was like, you are my new friend. I ended up telling somebody, you are my new friend. Right. You are my friend. So yeah, so let's get into these notes. So the gay sex scenes on How to Get Away with Murder. Now y'all know that's my new favorite show. I think I like that more than I like Scandal. Something I noticed is that the sex scenes are too heavy, and sometimes to me they don't have no point in being into the show. Script, right. Yeah, I'm like, where does it fit in? Like, okay, he's a sex addict. He just always got to have sex, but it's like, it's okay with y'all want to push the gay envelope. Y'all want to, but come on, don't go too far by just keep putting it in there just to put it in there just to get everybody to talk. Now I heard that Shonda Rhimes
lashed out.
Yeah, she got somebody together because they tweeted like, "What's up with all these gay scenes?" She said, "There's no such thing as a gay scene. There are scenes with people in it." That's fine, but see, that person should have been more, to the point about what they're saying. I just think that it is just a little bit too much. And then, you got the people that say, oh, well, you don't complain when it's a straight scene. I'm not complaining about none of the scenes, but I just think that it's a little bit too much.
Sometimes it can be a little forced.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be forced. Like, it can be forced sometimes. It can. And, this is, and I'm probably going to get a little flack for this, but this is my thing with Shonda Rhimes and her shows. She has great shows, but what is up with these black women sleeping with these white men? I don't get that. And like, for instance, Olivia Pope. I feel as though Olivia Pope and sleeping with the president, to me, it's a little bit too much. And for some people, I've spoken to quite a few people, and they said that they don't watch Scandal because they feel as though it's demeaning to have this strong, smart African American playing second fiddle to this white married man. And, some people take things and they look at stuff way deeper than what you and I may look at. Like, for instance, with the Ebola, some people think that the government is planting this Ebola here, whereas though some people don't believe that. But I just think that Shonda Rhimes, to me, I feel as though it's okay to have a strong black couple. Like, for instance, Viola Davis' husband in How to Get Away with Murder is white. And I don't have any problem with interracial marriages, but I just think, like, why can't her husband be black? Why can't they be a strong
You know what? I still think I still think it's the Hollywood thing that they think that black people won't watch.
Yeah, but I mean,
white people won't watch.
But these two strong black females, Kerry Washington character and Viola Davis's character, they're strong black females. Their husbands don't even, we can't even say on a Scandal because the man is president. But then, I mean, we do have a black president. I mean, 10 years ago it may have been unheard of, but today we do have a black president. But, I mean, for Viola Davis, like, when I saw, my first time watching How to Get Away with Murder, I was like, wait, again? You got a white man? Like, why can't he be black? Like, I don't have a problem with interracial marriages. But when you look at most of the TV shows, when it has a white wife, the husband is white. You know, how many TV shows you see where the white wife has a black husband? You don't see too many of those. And why can't her husband be black? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I would love to see a strong black couple on one of these dramas.
And Shonda has enough power to
Shonda Rhimes has enough power to do that. That's why I don't understand why she's not. Why does she feel the need to have a white husband?
I still think it's the Hollywood factor too. They probably said, well, make him white so we can I not turn off our white viewers from watching the show. Because it's a lot of that racist stuff goes on behind the scenes.
But then have Because I don't. Does Viola Davis' husband in this show even play a big role?
Yeah, he plays
a big role
part on this now.
Okay, he plays an intricate part. But then, okay, we have if he was an African American man, but the other characters are multiracial. Mm-hmm. You know, you have blacks, you have whites. You know, so why can't I mean? I just don't. I think in today's world, this whole taboo of black people don't bring people in. I think it's a bunch of malarkey, because we've seen time and time again over the past few years how black Hollywood films have brought in, has generated millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a little bit taboo to say, oh, well, black couples really don't bring in the white audience. I would probably believe that 30, 40 years ago. But today, not so much. I don't believe that today. Give it a good script. And Shonda Rhimes is perfect for that. Like, I hope that her next TV show that she comes out with, hopefully it's a strong African American couple and not just this
interracial couple,
which, yeah, like I would like to see a strong positive, and then it also gives the message out there too that yes, you do have strong black couples still together. For instance, my parents are still together. I mean, it hasn't been peaches and cream for the past nearly 30 years, but damn it, they're still together. You do have black couples that are still together. So don't put it out there like somehow black couples don't exist. They do exist. Am I making sense?
You are.
Okay, I just feel some kind of way about that. And I feel some kind of way about that because I come from a black household, a black two-parent household. And, you know, like, come on, like, hello?
Yeah. Don't
isolate the black men.
Mm-hmm. This show it all. So, there's this rumor going around that the Real Housewives of Philadelphia.
Oh God! I don't want to hear that.
It's coming.
Next.
No, we're going to discuss it because I think it will be good.
But did you see who they were supposedly supposed to be on there?
I seen some pictures.
Yeah,
because one of the girls that was at the table was saying that she was a part like a casting thing. She was a part of it, but she didn't do it like try to be a cast member, but she just went to one of the
Let me tell you something. Can I say something really quick before you continue? If this show is anything like, if these women are anything like Sunday Carter, I'll pass.
I hope not.
I'll pass.
I want.
Because our women are not like that in Philly.
No, but see, it don't have to be all black cast. I want some rich women.
Bitch, I just spoke about black people, and you told me there has to be a black cast.
It don't.
I want to see.
You want to see all black people on?
Yeah, because I want to see who the fuck is going on.
And who they going to pick? Because I don't know no black woman with money. A lot of money.
Bitch ain't big me. I can be outside.
Lies. But I heard that they are looking for like a Dwight of the show.
No, bitch, don't.
And I would pick nobody from.
Don't you try me.
I would be interested in seeing this show happen, but they're gonna have to find the real white people, rich white people, because you know it seems like they're the ones that got a lot of money in Philadelphia.
You'd be surprised. I
know that trust me, I know that there are rich black women here too.
People here.
But I know they're gonna, just like you said, they didn't want to do it, but they're gonna have a black woman
with a token
white man.
Oh, with a white man, right?
This is gonna be. I hope that it comes into fruition. Oh yes, yeah, and then again, they won't even be married because you don't even have to be a housewife to be on the cast of the show.
You don't have to be a housewife to be on the show called Housewives.
Sure,
that's why I said I can be cast.
Okay,
they're not housewives. Well, I got to be a woman.
There's never been a man casted yet, so you could be the first. You never know.
I don't have a problem with that.
You never know.
I'll tip right in there and have my cameras come with me when I cut somebody out, and then the next morning when I'm on my way to church.
I know one thing. It has to be good. Because if they're going to compete with the Housewives of Atlanta, it has to be good. I don't really watch the other Housewives shows, so I know they're not doing that great. And the Real Housewives of New York is doing so bad that they had to rehire Bethany. But she didn't have anything to do anyway.
She had anything to do anyway. The show got canceled.
So she might as well rejoin the cast.
Why would you turn a check down?
Okay, I would. So congratulations, Bethany, on coming back to the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Of course, she's been on 3 seasons of the Housewives.
Wait, the Real Housewives of New Jersey, isn't that the one?
I'm in New York.
Which one is with Teresa? Jersey?
Jersey.
Okay, I'm about to say, because she's supposed to go to jail.
Yeah, yep, she's going to jail. After she do her time, her husband's going to jail.
They going to live with him,
And then he pleaded guilty to some more charges. So now he's going to have more time added on to the time he was already sentenced for. Oh my God, it's a mess. It's a mess with all of these housewives. And then last night on Watch What's Happening Live, you know, Tamar was on there. Mm-hmm. Now see, this is the thing. Now, I have tried my best, but you know what? That's an old closed door. So anyway, sometimes when you're being asked a question, you don't have to go in all the time. Mm-hmm. Just answer it and move on. It's never. I mean, it's okay to throw shade, but don't be shady all the time. Mm-hmm. And don't pick fights that you don't need to be in when your shade ammunition is not as strong as someone else's.
Oh, so that's what that was directed to.
So, oh yeah. You have to know how to throw shade.
So, would you consider me knowing how to?
Really?
What? I just want to know. Like,
I'm careful with who I throw my shade at. Because I know my shade ammo. If my shade ammo is stronger.
So what are you talking about with me? So what does that say to me?
What?
So are you saying that I don't know how to throw it?
Oh, I know you know how to throw it. I've been sitting next to you for 6 years. Sometimes I go over my head. Somebody tried me. Alexander, you tried me with that Judge Judy tweet, bitch. I seen it.
Wait a minute. But somebody said it at the cookout.
Yeah, but stop you over my head.
She pulled me to the side. She said, baby, the shade you be throwing. She said, and sometimes it goes over Kevin's head. She said, I be here cracking up because he really don't get us.
Yeah, because sometimes sometimes my mind be somewhere else. And then the joke just go over my head. And then I be like, wait a minute. Like, you know, I can catch on real fast.
Alexander,
that was good. Because that girl didn't even catch it. She was like, oh, wait a minute. So anyway, Tamar was asked a question about what she think about Kenya's singing career. Of course.
Kenya who?
Kenya Moore.
Oh,
of course Kenya Moore doesn't have a singing career. Right. So she's like, oh, she sings? So I didn't know that she was taking it seriously, blah, blah, blah. And then she said, you know, that Kenya's not her favorite. That's fine. Right. And then she was just like, she said that Nene. Okay. And then she said that she just thinks that Kenya's just a little bit thirsty, and
she just kept going on
and
she Kenya.
Yep. And then she said some more stuff. And talking about and she reeks of something. She says she reeks something like that. So Kenya Moore, you know. Kenya Moore had to respond. You did. And then she was like, well, you know, you talking about me. So I'm unbothered. Because you're sitting there, you're on that show and you're talking about me. I'm unbothered. So then she says, you know, she's like, I'm going to team tour, I'm going to bed and I'm going to wash my original face. Y'all have a good night. Now see, yes, when you have When you know that people could just, and then she talked about the edges. Oh, she was like, no, they was like, but see, you have a crown, and not only do I have a crown, I have edges. So you have to pick your shade battles carefully, right? Because when you know what people could just come at you all the time, right. See, why do you keep coming for?
I'm not gonna talk about nobody with edges, because I ain't got no. So I don't have no edges.
But it's just so much that when you have the ammo and you have the power.
Wait, bitch, this hat was hot. It was cool.
Yeah, just take it off. Yes. Ooh, I like that hat though. That's cute.
Oh, shout out to Devin. He sent me this like a year ago.
Yeah, I do. Like,
you know, I have a ton of stuff at home that people send me and I don't wear.
Nobody send me shit. I know that's right. They just say you look better in it.
No, they don't say that.
That's what they
don't say that. Well, as you slimming down, so soon you'll be looking better.
I know. And speaking of slimming down, let me tell you, I was 209.
Oh my God! Let's not make this about you.
No, I gotta make it about me. It's gotta be about me. So anyway, I'm 209 and a half. Now y'all know I was here like a couple months ago, like 6 months ago. Then the summer came and then I blew up, and I had to get that shit together. So after 6 weeks, I'm down 10 and a half pounds. And I'm loving the Focus T25. It's really good. I'm dedicated to it and everything. And I hope that if you do want to do it, you're doing it for yourself and that you really put your all into it. That don't mean work out and then eat whatever the fuck you want. You can sometimes eat what you want, but eat half of it. Mm-hmm. But keep eating right and keep that water in your system, drinking that green tea. If you know, you are responsible for what you put in your body. That's my success.
Eating half of it is just like when you're eating ass. Don't eat the whole ass. Just eat half of it.
No. That is a terrible analogy.
It saves the rest for midnight snack.
But ain't nobody, if you want to receive it of that, you're not going to want them to halfway do it. That's half-ass.
Yeah. Hey.
That's so half-ass.
Yeah. I don't want you half-assing nothing.
Okay.
I'll tell him in a minute. When you doing this, what
you better do it right.
No, when you do me like me. You
don't like. Okay. Well, that's everybody's,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I gotta give a shout out to Missy Elliott because Missy is fucking snatched. Now somebody tripped on something. So
I don't know, cause wasn't nobody in here when I came in here.
Ain't nobody in this house.
I don't know. This is a big house.
But go find out what it was.
Bitch, I don't live here.
Me neither. So they all right. So don't play with me.
Who is that?
It's nobody.
Somebody just made a whole noise and you talking about it is nobody.
It's nobody.
Hello? Why didn't I answer it?
Oh, you just so good, man.
But why you going down there, bitch? Because I said, who was that? Nobody answered. You know what I mean? You don't sit nobody, right?
Why you ain't say nothing?
Well, who else would we be talking to?
You know what?
Does he even know who we're talking to? Who else would we be talking to?
You can close my door. So,
who else would we be talking to?
Don't stop on my iPad like that.
Ooh, why is it on the floor?
Yes, why is it on the floor? Like, why is that on the floor? That was a gift.
I'll get it. How would you throw that? I'm editing that part.
No, because nobody know what I'm talking about.
They do.
They don't. Go ahead, keep talking.
So Missy Elliott is snatched. I gotta give a shout out to her, but she got some of the people together talking about, bitch, I ain't lose 70 pounds. I lost 30 pounds. And she lost it to diet and exercise. And guess what? She's also been doing Insanity by Sean T. So it's proof that it works. What happened?
I'll send you. Have a picture of her.
No, I don't.
No,
I
you could Google it, but she looks good.
Let me see.
Missy is fucking snatched.
But how do I know which one is the new picture?
Because just type in Missy Elliott, then the latest news story about her is going to show the picture. Because she did a performance.
Oh, wow, she is snatched.
I told you. She's fucking snatched.
And if you notice, she's one of those people that stay away. You don't see her.
Yeah, I need her to come back out, though. She been playing. She been playing. Every 2 years, she would throw out a song and then dance somewhere else. Like, come on, Missy, stop playing
stop
with me.
dancing like that. Wait. Because that picture ain't come up.
Just click on the new. There we go. Yeah. You see how good she looks?
Ooh. She is snatched.
Yeah. And she don't have
She
to
looks
take,
different, though.
Yeah. And she don't have to take the medication that she was taking, you know, for her thyroid disease that she.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If you was to be like, that's Missy Elliott, I wouldn't believe you.
I know that face.
No, I'm just saying, she looks snatched.
Okay. Like,
That's wow.
That's what dedication and hard work will do for you. Your body becomes snatched.
Like, if we was to have her on the show, I'd be like, wait, I don't think I'm talking. Yes.
Snatched. I'm not even sucking it in. Snatched.
You should. Sit down.
Shut up.
You should suck it in. Sit down.
I ain't sucking in shit. So, you see how fast he snatched that phone?
Going downstairs.
Don't go nowhere.
Close the door. Bitch. I know some shit in that phone.
No, it's not. But no, it's not.
Last week, they showed me, first of all.
Who's they?
Because somebody showed me the video. Because remember when I attached your phone to my computer, you first of all, you made this face. What the fuck is he doing? Then you jumped up and was like, no. Because you think all the pictures going to pop up.
Yeah.
So I knew there was something in that phone.
No, it's
that
not.
wasn't supposed to be seen.
I'll show you. It's stuff in here.
No, I don't want to see.
Well, it didn't stop saying that it's stuff in here.
So listen.
It's okay. See, look. Nothing.
You got a different folder. No, not recently added. Go back.
Right. Nothing.
What's recently deleted?
Nothing. What the fuck, see? Nothing.
Oh, what is
What? What is what?
No. Who that?
They have on clothes.
Uh-uh.
And that's not from, what's the name? What are you talking about?
So, yeah.
You're crazy.
Yeah, so shout out to Missy. Shout out to the girls, Edgeless and Twirls.
Whoa! See, I caught that. See, you gotta be quick on your feet.
Yeah.
See, you don't be catching the shade. If I was to do that, you in the corner.
Oh, I knew you was talking about. But can we talk about Miss Aretha Franklin?
Yeah, because she's something.
Aretha.
She's something.
Now see, you are too fucking fancy. You sitting up there in your studio doing little satellite interviews. I don't know who paid for your speakers and your ear and stuff, but I'm gonna need you to get it together because she was fucking up. The whole time they were asking her question, what you say, baby? Oh no, such having a conversation with somebody else. She's like, is this Fox 2 Detroit? Is this Fox 2?
No.
She was just doing shows. Then somebody was like, Aretha, do you remember being in Wichita, Kansas? She was like, no. I was like... And she was on Good Day Philly, and I felt bad because at first I thought it was the interviewers. I was like, oh God, they just doing terrible.
But it's her.
And it's her. Like
it's her.
She's like, babe, I did these. Well, Clive Davis told me to do this song. I mean, he came to me with the idea, and I thought it was great and everything. Like
they need to stop coming to her.
She was just so incoherent with what was going on.
With new stylists, those type of ideas. How to cover up her sisters.
You know what?
Because that's ridiculous.
I just want Aretha, I know. Do in-studio interviews from now on. Don't do nothing else via satellite because they can't get it together. You can't hear them, they can't hear you, or you acting like you didn't hear anything because you didn't want to answer the question. Because you know the answers. So what if somebody, one of the girls that you did covered, wanted to do your songs? Or she was like, oh, well, they do it better than something. She said something like that. Aretha, I just need your team to get it together because it just wasn't a good Friday morning for you, and I feel that. Like, Sissy already tried you, and then your team is trying you with doing these satellite interviews.
Then that one interview, they asked her, will Sissy be traveling with you? Oh, no, she don't fly.
But wait a minute, Aretha don't even fly.
Well, how does she get around?
A bus. She don't.
I'm not catching no bus from California to New York. That's out of the question.
She has a fear of flying.
Well, how is she getting to different countries?
On the bus. She don't. When the last time you heard about her being in a different country?
Well, I'm saying when she was younger.
She was flying. I guess I had. Remember, Whoopi Goldberg stopped flying, and then she had to take that.
But now she flies again.
Yeah, okay.
Because she knows. Ain't nobody waiting for you.
But she's not Aretha. She's not Aretha.
We need you to be here at 12, not at 4. Okay? That's a 4-hour lateness. That's a penalty.
So, somebody sent me this interview with this this author. I can't remember his name, but the headline alone caught my attention. He said that not all men that watch child porn are pedophiles.
What?
And
what?
I can't remember his name, but I was just over the whole situation.
Grisham. The John Grisham. He's an actor. I mean, he writes the books, the dramas and the killer books. Yeah, that's who it is.
So he's saying this is a shame how the prison system throw the people away, but he was like, but for the ones that are pedophiles, they should be put away. I don't give a fuck how the fuck you look at it. Ain't nothing exciting about watching a child have sex or do any of those sexual acts, and it should anybody that be caught need to be put away for.
And then he apologized for it. And I agree with Rosie O'Donnell. The police need to find out what's on his computer.
Oh, they talked about that on The View?
Well, apparently this is what's being said. Rosie O'Donnell wants his hard drive searched by police. I agree, because what man in their right mind would say, not all men who look at child porn are pedophiles. Why the fuck would you even look at something like that?
They could be drunk and dumb.
Do you ever remember
look at that on the computer? No.
Do you remember early on?
Do
you remember early on, like a few years ago, before you really got into porn on the internet, when people were still using the DVDs, how I remember when I used to get on the internet and I would look for porn, how sometimes the child porn stuff would pop up, and I would hurry up and click off of that. Like, why would I want to see a 5-year-old getting like?
It's nothing exciting about
I agree with
anybody that get excited from that, they all should be put in charge as pedophiles for looking at it. You should be charged for that.
I agree with Rosie O'Donnell. We need to find out what the hell is John Grisham looking at.
Yes, we do.
Because there's no reason how anybody in their right mind would say something like that. Like, what? What do you mean you don't think that they're all pedophiles? Why are they looking at that? Why would that? That's like me looking at why am I watching animals have sex with humans? That is nothing to get. That's disgusting. I'm not getting turned on by that. I don't even want to look at that for a good minute. Like, turn this off. What's going on?
Not even say, hey, look at this.
Hey, don't say, hey, look at him. Look, what's that? The fuck is the matter with you telling me to look at that? That's when the person get cussed out.
Yes.
They tricked me
like
curse you out
in high
school. Yeah, they tricked me like that in high school. That guy just wanted to talk stuff.
Yes, and then I heard somebody was jerking off to a bear on the plane. Jerking off in a kids section of a store. What is going on a teddy bear? Listen, some stories I don't even need to read it. All I need to do is see the headline and I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, a teddy bear.
Bitch, I was over it. A teddy bear.
Bear. What is a teddy bear?
It's nothing exciting about no fucking teddy bear. Y'all need to find some new hobbies, okay? Get some toys that will turn y'all out, okay? Or find a woman, and if you can't get it, you got to pay for it.
They got those new toys.
They got all kinds of
that
toys.
Move and bounce back when you have it.
I've seen that on the internet too.
Yes.
You seen that big
guy? Okay. So they need to find that. A teddy bear.
Oh my God. Some men are just weird. I don't even know what y'all women do to entertain yourselves.
Right.
I don't even want to know.
No, but a teddy bear?
No. I don't get it.
Kevin, a teddy fucking
Ain't
bear.
nothing exciting about no fucking... I better just cuddle with that bitch. I'm not fucking no...
I'm not even cuddling with no damn
I've
teddy
seen
bear.
one videos, this man stuck his thing inside the computer, put some little apparatus in the...
Inside the computer?
Inside the computer. Computer.
The
That was
computer's on.
computer love. Yes. Computer love. Like, people just do some dumb stuff. And then I've seen some entertaining ways that people do their videos. But the teddy bears and stuffed animals...
Inside of a teddy bear?
That's just nasty. Go find a person and go do it to them.
A teddy bear?
And satisfy your fantasies.
A teddy bear?
A fucking teddy bear.
A fucking teddy bear. You walk into my house... Can you imagine? You walk into the co-worker's house. You say, well, you ain't married, are you? No, you got no kids. No. You have teddy bears in here.
Y'all better go get a sex toy and satisfy you. Ain't nothing wrong with...
You walk around a grown man... I never forget that day. I'll never forget that day. It was Thanksgiving like 2 years ago. So my one cousin... he lives in his grandma's house and whatever the case may be. And so they was talking about a rocking horse in his room. So my other cousin, who's an older woman and don't give a fuck what she says, she said to him, she said, well, why the fuck do you have a rocking horse in your room? She said, what the fuck are you trying to tell us? I mean, she went in on him, and I'm looking at him like,
well, how old is he?
He's in his 40s.
Well, yeah, what
Why
is
do you
he
have
doing?
And here I go, yeah, why do you have that? And he said, no, it was in there when he was a kid, because my other cousin was like, you know, you still got that rocking horse in your room. And she wasn't making a joke of it. She was just saying, you know, and he was like, yeah, you know, this, that, and the third. Because the house that he lives in was his grandmother's house, and his grandmother died. So, you know, his grandmother actually had it, but it was still in the room that he sleeps in now. So my cousin was like, why the fuck do you have a rocking horse in your room? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yes. You can't do no acrobatics on that thing.
Yeah, but why are you rocking on it? Okay. You wouldn't think that wouldn't nobody stick nothing in no teddy bear either.
No. Oh, no.
And I'm not trying to say my cousin's doing anything with rocking horse. But you know. What the fuck
Listen,
are you on?
they got blow up that. Listen, they got all kinds of novelty sets, toys if you want to satisfy yourself. But doing weird shit like blow up dolls, that's nasty to me. Teddy bears.
But they make. I would rather see somebody having sex with a blow up doll than a
To
teddy
me, that's
bear.
even more embarrassing.
But the thing, it is embarrassing.
If
but
you can't get a human.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. They have sex blow up dolls. I mean, that's no different from the thing that we were just talking about. The sex toys, they're the same thing. Those blow up dolls are meant for sex. A teddy bear is not meant for sex. I would rather you have a blow up doll.
You must know somebody that did something with a teddy bear because you are going off about that.
I don't know nobody who. You just told us about the teddy bear. What are you talking about?
I thought you heard about it.
Bitch, yeah, from you just now.
Wait.
What the fuck?
Why my notes keep getting deleted? Okay. Listen, let's go back.
Where we at?
So listen, they said that no music album went platinum in 2014 that was released this year. Only the Frozen soundtrack and Beyonce's album that was released last year went platinum in 2014. Now this is the thing. Let me tell y'all why music don't go platinum. It's not because everybody make bad music and stuff. It's because people download everything. Nobody buys music anymore. I don't even know the last time I went inside of a music store and bought an actual CD because I buy everything digitally. But listen, people, as long as people can steal, they will always, the music industry will lose money. If you look at it, right, an iPhone was just released a couple weeks ago, iPhone 6. 10 million iPhones were sold that weekend in 3 days. Mind you, those phones were like either from $200 to like $600. If people had money to spend on those devices, what makes you think that people don't have the money to spend $10 on an album, especially on something good? See, back in the day, you didn't have to have the best album, and your album went gold or went platinum. If you were really good, bitch, you done sold like 3-4 million copies. It's just the time change and the easy access to music. So while people keep writing all of these articles about why, that is why, and then again, music companies need to stop charging $10-12 for digital albums. They're fucking digital albums. When you buy a CD, of course you're paying for the case, you're paying for the booklet, you're paying for the CD, you're paying for the print and all of that. So I can understand why it costs that much money. But when you're buying a digital album should be no more than fucking $5. All that money you charging, then you want to charge me extra for a couple extra songs called the digital deluxe. Bitch, stop playing with my money. Y'all charge too much. Then y'all wonder why nobody's buying y'all music.
Right, like me.
I'm not buying CDs.
I don't buy stuff. I only buy from artists that I know and like. Other than that, I'm not doing that. That's a lot of damn money.
It is.
No.
But if they were like,
did you get so-and-so album? No. I'll go on YouTube and listen to it.
If you could charge a single for $1, you could be charging like $5 for these albums. They're fucking digital. They're not like you paying for all of that extra shit. What? It's mastered for iTunes. Okay, and but a lot of y'all do need to stop being cheap. And then again, it's also fan bases too, because if you belong to a certain clique, they might think that, oh, you can't buy that certain album because you don't stand for them. Fuck that. Music is music. If it's good, it's good. And I buy good music, and I have my iTunes library has a bunch of songs that I like. So I don't let no fan base determine who the fuck I buy. So anyway, yeah, and then I want to talk about the girl that wrote Iyanla, because see, she's ungrateful. She's ungrateful. Talking about you helping my father that made him a star and all of this stuff.
About 34 kids.
Yeah,
Right?
and then she said she was on the show. She was on the show. Okay, but what about us? First of all, somebody has to start somewhere with your father. And Iyanla had to start from the damn root.
Right.
And it's not just about you.
Right.
And you're grown. You're like 26-something years old. And then
I thought the girls that was on the show didn't want to have anything to do with it.
exactly, that's what I was going to.
That's what I was.
That's what I was going to. So don't talk about what about us.
You said you didn't want to.
You said, and Iyanla said, love them enough to let them go.
Right.
And you ain't sit there and say, oh no,
because I want a relationship with my dad.
Now all of a sudden you want a relationship with your dad. You want this, you want that. First of all, it has to start with you
But when
making
the cameras were there, they ain't want no relationship.
Yeah, none of them.
None of them.
Oh, then she's gonna say, well, my dad didn't like how the way he was portrayed. Of course he's not gonna like how he was portrayed, because he fucked up. And then y'all had to be the one to explain and break down everything to him. I think you writing that letter was just wrong. If anything, you should have asked Iyanla for help. Fuck that. While you there, you could have asked Iyanla for help and guidance. Don't try to say that Iyanla exploited your family when she didn't, because it had the whole nation talking. Not just about Jay Williams, your father, but then did you watch the episodes of the Fix My Life live events? No. Did you watch that?
No.
Because it helped a lot of broken men. And those men were able to just sit there and talk and cry together and just, just help each other. It was good. Did you watch that before you wrote that letter? Like, your father helped people. He was the bridge to those things. It had to start from somewhere, and you can't sit there and blame Iyanla for not helping y'all. Blame your father. He's the one that stuck his dick in all of these women and made babies by him and then couldn't support them. So be mad at your father. Don't be mad at somebody trying to help the situation. And then you had the nerve to ask for money. What of people setting up a PayPal account or people setting up a GoFundMe account, what does that have to do with you collecting money? Why do you need the money? That's what I'm trying to understand. Why? Because you mad at Iyanla? Because it made your father a star? He's not no fucking star. He's a deadbeat to a lot of people that got help.
And hopefully he used the tools that Iyanla gave him, and then the other man gave him to help him fix himself. So that's all I got to say about it. And I'm sorry, Iyanla, I missed the last episode, so I don't know what's going on, but I will watch it next Saturday.
Then the last story before we get out of here. Tyra Banks is coming for the real, bitch. Tyra Banks, because at first the real.
I'm trying to think of which. No, that wasn't shade. That really wasn't shade. It may seem like it's. You know what I was thinking? What the real was? The music show with Usher and all them, and Christina Aguilera.
Oh, The Voice.
The Voice. That's why I'm thinking like the real. Like why the fuck would she be coming for them? Like they sing and she's a model.
So Tyra is coming for the real's neck. So at first we all know Tyra Banks she's like, I have a new show coming to ABC in fall September 2015.
That's another talk show?
Yeah, she had a talk show and everything. She's been having another talk show, and I was actually excited. But then again, I was like, I hope she don't hire those actors to come on her show, because she was hiring actors to come on because I knew some people that were on the show, and I think
hire actors to come on and act like they were like different stories.
Yeah, for like segments, like you know how
like to get but pretending that something happened. Yeah,
because one of them was on the show. We talked about how much they like girls, and then he was gay. Cause see,
but you know. But you know
what? Come on.
But you remember we was in that club that one time in Atlanta and we saw You Know Who.
Who? Oh yes.
Because you know I knew.
Oh,
you
okay.
didn't know.
Because you know.
But you know they all running the same clique.
Circles,
so you know they running that clique of we're not gay. And you be like. And then you know the ones with the kids.
Girl, don't go there. Just don't. Just sit there. So Tyra Banks has a show called The Fab. I don't like that name already. I want them to change it.
That must be a Screen Actors gig.
It's called The Fab.
I think these are Screen Actors. Things for the screen.
You know what? You went there.
I did.
Yes, you did.
I did.
So it's going to be her, 3 other women, and then a guy. Now that's different, because now you got a guy on the show, so they'll be talking about, you know, health, reality.
Oh, so they're going to have like a View Real type of segment.
Yeah. But these people, it's not going to be like the real, but I think it's going to be a more professional version, because they're younger and, you know.
Professional.
Yeah. Well, not to say that the real isn't professional.
No.
Because when I have watched some recent episodes, I'm really liking Lonnie, because she knows how to reel them girls in. And Tia, what's her name? Tamara, she's still trying to fight for her place in there. But see, what's her name?
Adrian.
Adrian just says off the wall stuff. I don't pay her no mind. Jeannie, she be trying, but see, she let Tamar overpower her. And see, you have to be somebody that be like, look, this is what I said, and this is how it is. Like, I didn't mean nothing bad by it or whatever, but anytime Jeannie says something that doesn't make sense, it's always Tamar that comes at her. Like the claws. And I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but they need to fix that, because it don't look good on her part at all. But anyway, back to the Fab. It's going to be good. It looks like it's going to be good. But I hope that, I know Tyra is not probably going for that audience that watched the real. I don't think so. But congratulations to Tyra Banks. I thought it was going to be you having your own daytime show, but you done flipped it up on all of us. And yeah, y'all have a good night, or a good day,
a good Feliz Navidad.
Tried it. It's a Halloween party. I have no idea what I'm going to do for Halloween. I know a powerhouse. You want a powerhouse?
No, for what?
I don't know who's going to be there, but it's powerhouse.
Trey Songz and this is a nice picture.
Who is that?
Well, somebody's in there.
This is me. Oh. Yeah, LTE don't never work. Did you like it? Oh, you did like it. I was going to like it for you. So listen, y'all, we're going to get up out of here. Y'all have a good day. Make sure y'all watch my mom video tomorrow. Can you watch Hollywood Divas this Wednesday?
I am.
You better watch it.
Oh, I'm a DVR it. because I'm not gonna be home. My pastor's mom is turning 86, and so the church we're all going up to the nursing home to go see her because she's not doing very well. She has Alzheimer's, and so she's like kind of going downhill.
You know what? I was watching Dr. Oz the other day, and you remember the lady B. Smith that used to come on TV?
Mm-hmm.
She was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Because I was wondering what happened to her. She has early onset Alzheimer's.
B. Smith is John, right? How old is B. Smith?
She's sick. The cook, the black lady, B. Smith.
Yeah, the name sounds familiar. Let me Google it.
She was Dr. Oz, and she has Alzheimer's. She said she had it for 4 years. And, you know, it's just tough on her relationship with her husband and everything.
Right.
But, you know, they're trying their best. Yeah.
Well, you know, my aunt has early on dementia. Remember we were at my cookout?
Which aunt?
One of my mom's sisters. And she kept walking up and down the steps.
With she had on the white?
Yeah, the glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And she kept walking back up and down the stairs. Yeah, it's just...
Yeah.
It's kind of her... It is somewhat hereditary because my pastor's grandmother, she had it. And now his mom has it. My great-grandmother, my grandfather's mother, she had it really bad. My aunt, who just passed away a few years ago, she was in her early stages of it. And now my mom's sister has... Yeah, so, I mean, it's just... I was doing...
What can they do to...
You can't. It's not curable. I was reading up on it, and they said that about 80% of Americans who are over the age of 80 will get some form of dementia. So that's a lot of people.
It must be something in the food, and they just said Americans.
No, I don't mean to say Americans. I didn't say Americans. I meant to say people.
Oh,
if I said Americans, I didn't mean to say Americans.
Yeah.
But people, 80% of people will have some form of dementia. You know, by the time they get over the age of 80. The woman at my church, the mother who just passed away, who was 100 years old, she had dementia. It's something that, it's an age. And I remember when I was doing my research about Alzheimer's, years ago, before they named it Alzheimer's, it just used to be, they would associate it with getting old. They would just say, oh, you're getting old, and so, you know, you get forgetful. But it was actually, you know, that's something serious. And it's crazy because when you look at someone with Alzheimer's, when you look at their brain, your brain is literally shrinking. Your brain is shrinking because the disease is eating up your brain. It's eating up the memory. That's why you can't remember much. But a lot of people with Alzheimer's, if you have friends and family, anybody who's watching this video, if you have a close relative like a grandfather or grandmother who has Alzheimer's, they all can tell you. They can remember stuff that happened years ago, but they can't remember stuff that happened yesterday. That they can remember. They can bring up conversations and start talking to you about, like, for instance, when they used to bring my parents' mom to church. She used to sit there and talk about how she was sewing him clothes and things like that, and couldn't remember, you know. I went to go see her at the nursing home one day, and she told all the nurses I was her grandson on my way to school. Oh, this is my grandson. He just came to visit me because he's getting ready to go to school.
One of my neighbors across the street, she was just saying you have to be in their world when you talk to them.
Yeah.
Just go in their world.
And one thing you don't do with somebody who has Alzheimer's or dementia, you don't really go back and forth with them. You don't tell them that they're wrong. You kind of, you know, if they think that they are the president of the United States, then let them think that. Because when you do that with them, then it gets them confused, and then they start getting angry. I remember I asked my pastor's niece, I said, when did you realize that your grandmom had Alzheimer's? And she said one day I came home and she was in the kitchen cooking. She said, and I asked her, I said, Grandma, what you making? And she said she was making spaghetti. She said, but she had a whole roast beef out. And she said, Grandma, you're not making spaghetti, that's roast beef. And she said her grandma got so mad and just started cursing because in her mind she thought that's what she was making. And I asked the sister, I said, well, what did you realize? And she said, I knew my mom had Alzheimer's. No, she said, I knew something was wrong with my mom when I gave her food to eat and she didn't know what to do with the fork. Because little stuff they don't know what to do. She said she was sitting there and she didn't know what to do, what the fork was for. And she said, that's when I knew something was wrong. She said, but I already knew something was wrong because we took care of my grandma who had Alzheimer's. So we kind of knew that something was going on with her. But I mean, it's scary. It's a very scary disease because at some point, and I was so happy, when I found out that my aunt had dementia, the one I lived near you who passed away, I found out she had the dementia a week before she had died. Her son had told me. When I found out she had it, and then after she died, I was so happy that she passed away because I would have hated to see her become that person where she just couldn't remember nothing. I would have hated to see her like that. So I was so happy that she was able to go before it got worse. But it's a scary disease, and it's something that's why you should cherish your elderly, because
That's right.
once they forget, they forget. You know, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, I know the people on my mom's side, they live to get old, but I don't know about the dementia part too much.
Yeah, dementia is a form of Alzheimer's. It's like dementia. I mean, there's different forms, but I call dementia the HIV of Alzheimer's. You know how you have HIV and you have AIDS. Well, Alzheimer's is AIDS, and dementia is like HIV. It's like the early point. It's like the early parts of it, and it's different parts of dementia.
I need to really look up on that. I just don't know. You know, I don't know no damn old people stuff in my mind. So,
well, yeah, because you know what? But not only not, because you know I do surround myself with a lot of elderly, but it's also because of the fact that there is a history of it in my family. Like, for instance, I didn't even know that my grandfather's mother was still living when he was living. But he died, she outlived him. I didn't even know she was still living, but she died a year before my grandmother died. So that means that she was still living when I was up. And I didn't know that she was in her 90s. But they were telling me, my aunt was telling me, one of my mom's sister was telling me, you know, it's not funny, but it was funny when she's telling me. She said, I remember we was going to Daddy's funeral, my grandfather's funeral. She said, we was going to Daddy's funeral. And she said, Grandma was in a car in a limousine with us when we was going to his funeral. And she said, Grandma said, where are we going? And we said, we're going to Otis' funeral, because that's what they call my grandfather. She said, we're going to Otis' funeral. She said, Otis who? And she didn't realize she was going to her son's funeral. So it gets to that point where they don't know who the fuck and what the fuck is going on. But some days they'll have their good days and some days they'll have their bad days. It just all depends.
Did she realize that he wasn't going though?
By the time my grandfather died, his mom was in full blown Alzheimer's. You see what I'm saying? That's why a lot of times when a relative of somebody with Alzheimer's passes away, a lot of times they don't bring the people with Alzheimer's to the funeral because they ain't gonna know what the hell. That's why my pastor, his 21st anniversary was in September, and he said this was the first time in 21 years of him being pastor that his mom wasn't there at the anniversary, because her condition has gotten so bad that she's not able to even fully understand where the hell she's at and what's going on. And now that she's in a wheelchair, her whole thing is she thinks that she's walking because they had to amputate one of her legs. So she thinks that she's walking and she's not. So it's like they were like, it wouldn't be any point of bringing her because she won't sit still and she won't know where she's at and she would want to leave. So it gets bad. The older you get with Alzheimer's, as the day goes on, it gets worse and worse and worse. And that's why I said, look up on it. You'll see people with somebody with a normal brain, somebody with Alzheimer's, their brains are shrinking and it's eating up their brain. So yeah, it's a scary disease, a very scary disease.
Well, on that note, we're really going to get out of here now. And thank you for that medical moment.
Well, yeah, because, you know, I know more things just about Beyonce. I don't just know Beyonce. I know some people like to think that I only know about Beyonce. But I do educate myself.
Yes. All right.
All right, bye.
See y'all.